This is the ecobee4, a $249 smart thermostat. What makes it smart is it can connect to your wireless and you can control it using the smartphone app. It's also able to detect if you're home or not and make adjustments to your temperature. It uses these little remote sensors which you can place around your house that help balance the temperature based on where you are and between the different floors in your home. On top of that, the ecobee4 has Amazon's voice assistant Alexa built in, which means you can use this thermostat to set timers, check the weather, operate other smart home devices, and anything else Alexa can do. Inside the box is the ecobee4 thermostat, a wall mounting plate, one room sensor, a power extender kit which I'll get into later, and an extra trim plate. The thermostat itself has a 3.5-inch color display, built-in sensors for temperature, humidity, motion, and proximity, along with the speaker and microphones needed for the Alexa integration. Installation of the thermostat I found to be pretty straightforward. Ecobee did a nice job of laying out the instructions step by step and providing the right information so anyone can do it. Basically, there are two methods of installation, and it's going to come down to whether or not you have a C wire behind your thermostat. The C wire is used to provide power to the ecobee thermostat. You might be able to tell by looking behind your old thermostat if you have a wire plugged into a terminal labeled with the letter C. If you don't, sometimes the wire can be tucked behind the thermostat if it wasn't used. Otherwise, there's a good chance you don't have one, and you'll have to use the power extender kit. This means you may have to do some rewiring on your HVAC system. The power extender kit is used in replacement of the C wire, which is needed to provide power to the ecobee thermostat since it has an always-on screen. When you're ready to attach the thermostat to the wall, there's a built-in level on the mounting plate which makes it really easy to make sure the thermostat is straight. In some cases, the mounting plate and thermostat aren't enough to cover parts of the wall that were previously covered by your old thermostat. This is when you would use the trim plate that came in the box. After the install is complete and you turn the power back on to your HVAC system, the ecobee will power on and guide you through any remaining setup. You can use an iOS device such as an iPhone or iPad to simplify the Wi-Fi setup. Otherwise, you can select the network and type in the password like you usually would. It also will give you a registration code, which you need to do in order to create an account so you can access your thermostat from the internet. Once the ecobee is registered, you can do any of the remaining setup and customization using the app or from the website. The total setup process only takes a couple of minutes, and the thermostat does a great job of guiding you through it. You will notice immediately that the ecobee displays the current temperature of your house and also a current outside temperature. I found this to be a nice feature when I want to glance at the thermostat and get an idea of what the weather outside is like. But I've had mixed results with how accurate the outside temperature is. With the ecobee, you are still going to want to set up a schedule for your heating and cooling needs. Unlike the Nest thermostat, which tries to predict when you will be home or not and make adjustments itself on the temperature. One nice feature of the scheduling is the ability to copy and paste a day's schedule and apply it to any other days of the week. This really can speed up the process for when you have multiple days of the week with the same routine. By default, the ecobee has a smart recovery feature, which is going to use your local weather to ramp up or down the temperature in your house slowly. Basically what this means is if you have your heat set to go on at 7 a.m. and it's really cold outside, the thermostat might start warming up your house at 6 a.m. This feature seems like a good idea, but on cold nights the heat would come on too early and I would be too warm while I was still trying to sleep. The ecobee4 comes with a separate room sensor that you can place anywhere throughout your home. Setup of the room sensor is really straightforward. To connect the sensor to your thermostat, you just have to remove the little tab on the back that is isolating the battery. The ecobee shows on the screen that you have a new sensor and it will guide you through naming the sensor and any other setup. These sensors are really what make the ecobee an interesting product. Additional sensors cost $70 for 2, and you can pair up to 32 of these and place them in any room in your house. This allows the thermostat to know the temperature in that room. The ecobee uses all of these temperature points as an average temperature for your home. It's important to note that for a single-stage HVAC system, which is pretty common, the room sensors aren't going to be able to make the thermostat heat and cool a single room, as the furnace can only turn on and off. So it uses these sensors as an average temperature. For example, if it's 70 degrees in your kitchen and 66 degrees where you have a room sensor, the thermostat is going to read the temperature to be 68 degrees. This is really nice if you have a multi-story home because there can be a temperature difference between the two floors. So the ecobee can use these sensors to create a comfortable temperature all throughout your home. I found this especially useful at night since all our bedrooms are upstairs. You can set the ecobee to only use the second floor sensors and pay no attention to anything on the first floor for the sleep schedule. The other part of the sensor is the motion sensor, which is used to keep track of any motion inside your home. If there is no motion detected for a certain period of time, the ecobee will override the schedule and go into away mode and change the set temp to your specified away temperature. This is designed to help reduce heating and cooling costs. Also, there is a follow me feature, which means if there is no movement in one room for a certain amount of time, then the ecobee will not consider that room sensor in the average temperature until it senses motion again. All of that, and we haven't even gotten to one of the main features of the ecobee4, which is the Alexa integration.
Hello.
I think Alexa on the ecobee works as you would expect. It's going to do everything the Amazon Echo does, but I don't think you will want this as your main Alexa device, mainly because you can't really control the location of your thermostat. The built-in speaker sounds fine for voice, but you are not going to want to use it for music. The microphones heard me okay for the most part, but I definitely had to speak louder than if I were talking to an Amazon Echo, especially when I had music playing. I think overall the ecobee4 is a really nice smart thermostat and it works really well, but I have a hard time recommending it over the ecobee Lite. You can still use the room sensors with the cheaper ecobee Lite, which is really what sets this thermostat apart. The room sensors add so much control to your heating and cooling that you can't get with any other thermostat. Once you are able to go through and fine-tune your settings using these room sensors, I think this is really what makes the ecobee a great product. Thank you for watching and let me know what you think in the comments.